Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. The Young and the Restless, December 18th recap. Jack draws the line as Chelsea faces a life-changing choice. Thursday's episode of The Young and the Restless delivered emotional confrontations, risky alliances, and the promise of major fallout ahead. As Victor Newman's shadow looms over Genoa City, long-standing friendships fracture, moral lines blur, and one shocking revelation hints that Victor's empire may finally be vulnerable. Jack Abbott's holiday turns explosive. The episode opens with Jack Abbott attempting damage control amid growing chaos at Genoa. Determined to reassure investors and the public, Jack records a calm but firm video message promising restructuring, transparency, and stability. Though his tone is measured, it's clear the pressure is mounting. That restraint disappears the moment Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson step into Crimson Lights. Carrying holiday gift bags and cheerful greetings, Adam and Chelsea are immediately met with icy fury. Jack wastes no time confronting them over the damaging media coverage targeting Genoa, coverage that he knows was fueled by Victor's influence at Newman Media. Jack's anger cuts deep. He accuses them of betraying him personally, not just professionally. To Jack, this wasn't journalism, it was a calculated attack that put hundreds of employees' livelihoods at risk. He reminds them that they knew exactly why Genoa made its recent moves, yet still chose to publish a narrative designed to hurt. Adam attempts to defend their actions, insisting that reporting corporate instability is part of their responsibility. Chelsea asks whether any inaccuracies were printed, pointing out that Genoa was restructuring and moving assets. But Jack isn't interested in technicalities. To him, intent matters. This was a betrayal by people he once trusted, and he makes it painfully clear that forgiveness is off the table. A retraction, he says, would be the right thing to do, but he knows they won't dare cross Victor. Adam tries to regain control, stating that he personally approved the story and offering Jack an interview to tell his side. Jack refuses outright. He won't give Victor the satisfaction of engagement. With a sharp holiday farewell, Jack storms out, leaving Adam and Chelsea shaken. Chelsea reaches her breaking point. In the aftermath, Adam and Chelsea sit quietly, the weight of what just happened settling in. Adam admits he feels terrible, especially that Jack lashed out at Chelsea. Still, he insists they had no real choice, Victor owns the company. Chelsea isn't convinced. She points out the hypocrisy, Newman Media chose what not to report. The real headline, she argues, should have been that Genoa successfully fended off a cyber attack orchestrated by Victor using stolen AI technology. Adam knows she's right, but he's also realistic. Reporting that truth would cost them their jobs. He reminds Chelsea that he's pushed back against Victor before, especially when Billy was targeted, but sometimes resistance isn't enough. That explanation no longer satisfies Chelsea. Emotionally overwhelmed, she admits this feud has gone too far. Victor's war with Jack is destroying families, careers, and friendships, and she refuses to be another pawn. She doesn't want to look back and feel ashamed of her work or herself. Chelsea realizes she's done living under Victor's control. She doesn't want to return to Newman Media, and she urges Adam to consider walking away too. For her, integrity matters more than power or protection. Adam sees the resolve in her eyes and quietly understands, Chelsea may be leaving for good. Phyllis pushes back as Billy makes a dangerous offer. At the GCAC dining room, Phyllis Summers is seething. She leaves yet another voicemail for Victor, furious over being ignored and questioning whether he plans to honor their mysterious deal at all. Billy Abbott overhears the message and doesn't miss the opportunity to stir the pot. He bluntly suggests that Victor is doing what he always does, using people until they're no longer useful. Phyllis bristles at the implication, exhausted from being accused of conspiring with Victor. Billy, however, warns her that aligning with Victor never ends well. He's seen it before, and Phyllis shouldn't expect special treatment. As Phyllis tries to walk away, Billy stops her with a bold proposition. He offers her something Victor never could: generational wealth. Billy reveals that he knows Phyllis was involved in acquiring the controversial AI software and delivering it to Victor. Now, he wants to know if she can steal it back. Intrigued but cautious, Phyllis asks what the Abbotts would do with the software. Billy claims they'd destroy it completely, ensuring it can never be weaponized again. He warns her that if Chabot falls, Phyllis will be left with nothing: no Victor, no Abbotts, no leverage. Before she can respond, Daniel arrives, and Billy exits, leaving Phyllis deep in thought. Daniel confronts the truth. Daniel immediately senses something is off. Phyllis deflects, joking that he's hurting her feelings, but Daniel doesn't back down. He warns her to stay out of the escalating Abbott-Newman war. Phyllis shifts gears, bringing up Daniel's complicated situation with Tessa and Mariah, cautioning him that emotional boundaries are already being crossed. Daniel admits the moment with Tessa was a mistake, but he recognizes Phyllis is changing the subject. He gets to the point: did Phyllis steal the AI from Kane and give it to Victor? Phyllis demands to know who told him. Daniel explains that he and Summer pieced it together themselves. If it's true, he insists, Phyllis needs to find a way out before it destroys her and their family. Phyllis brushes off his concern, insisting everything is under control. She claims the situation is actually working in her favor and promises she's orchestrating something that will ultimately bring the family closer. Daniel isn't convinced, but Phyllis stands firm, confident she's playing the long game. Diane's dangerous discovery. At the Abbott mansion, tension runs high as Kyle leaves Summer a voicemail, hoping to warn her that Victor is escalating his attack on Chabot. Diane worries that pulling Summer and Phyllis deeper into the conflict could backfire. Kyle mentions Jack considered involving Claire, but both he and Diane agree it's too risky. Trust is already fragile. Diane voices her biggest concern: Phyllis. Victor could always offer her more money, and Diane doubts Phyllis ever considered how this war might impact her own daughter. As they speak, Diane receives a notification on her phone, and suddenly smiles. She believes she's found another way to stop Victor. Billy arrives and updates them on his meeting with Phyllis. She didn't confess, but she clearly isn't opposed to stealing the software back. Moments later, Jack storms in, still furious from his encounter with Adam and Chelsea. He makes it clear he'll do whatever it takes to protect his family's legacy, and Victor will not win. Finally, Jack turns to Diane, demanding details. Diane reveals the bombshell: Victor used stolen AI technology against Kane, an illegal act that could land him in prison. While they don't yet have hard proof, Diane knows exactly where to look, and she's confident Victor is about to walk straight into their trap. What's next? With Chelsea ready to walk away, Phyllis balancing two dangerous deals, and Diane closing in on evidence that could destroy Victor Newman, Genoa City is on the brink of massive upheaval. As alliances shift and secrets surface, one thing is certain: the war between the Abbotts and the Newmans is far from over, and the next move could change everything. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.